welcome into Pete Matthews Coliseum here on campus of Jacksonville State University for Championship Monday night as the Anniston Lady Bulldogs take on the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets for the Calhoun County Championship. Welcome in alongside Gerhard Mathangani. I'm Chase Robinson. Exciting night. Things got shifted. Championship being played here on a Monday night other than the usual Saturday night, but we're here. The 22nd appearance for Anniston, the 13th for Oxford. The two teams have only played twice, though, for the Calhoun County Championship. Third time's a charm. Let's see who can do it.
Absolutely. This is a stage that the Anniston Bulldogs know well. 3 of the last 4 years, they've been in the championship game. Last year, they won this game 66-14 over Welborn. I think the issue for Anniston going into this game is this is basically a tee-up for what they normally face in the postseason. For Oxford, can they settle down and play a perennial power like the Anniston Bulldogs? We talked to the coaches. They gave us a lot of great talking points. We'll discuss those as this game goes along. Should be a great matchup when you pit these two schools against one another.
Anniston, big win Saturday night against Piedmont. On the other end, Oxford, though, they had to play a tough physical game against Jacksonville, only winning that one by 2.
That was a one-possession game for really most of that contest, probably about 80% of that contest. What it showed to me was Oxford make some plays down the stretch. Now, can they keep this game close and then do what they did on Saturday? That'll be the key. We'll see if the Lady Jackets can get it done.
Some players for Anniston. Dudley, I know, had a huge game. She was our player of the game Saturday night. And on the other end, Justice Smith was the player of the game. Those two ladies, of course, Dudley does a lot of the outside shooting.
Right.
Smith down low for the Yellow Jackets.
Absolutely. Alasha Dudley came off the bench, hit 6 3-pointers in the quarterfinal game, another 5 the other night. She provides a great spark. Just a freshman, she was our player of the game. As you mentioned, though, Justice Smith was huge as far as rebounding in the Jacksonville win. We'll see how both those teams and both those matchups work out this time around. Can Anniston shoot as well as they did on Saturday night? And can Oxford limit them to one possession and really control the post?
Let's take a look at the starting lineups now for both teams. For the Anniston Lady Bulldogs, Moria Dudley, Montega Clemens, Jordan Johnson, Takia Jackson, and Tiana Foster. They're the starters for Anniston and for Oxford. Anna Bolton, Michaela Kidd, Ashley Jackson, Tramiria Britt, and Justice Smith are the starters there for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Smith will tip it off for Oxford. And Jackson tipping it for Anniston. Ball in the air, and the championship has begun here on the girls' side of the bracket. Maria Dudley up top. Lady Bulldogs work it around the outside, get it down low to Jackson, and back outside. Shot no good from Johnson. And here comes our first look at the Yellow Jacket offense.
Controlling the boards and tough defense. That's really the game plan here for the Jackets.
Bolton in the corner, back to Tramiria Britt. Britt drives in, and a foul called. First foul of the game, charged against Jordan Johnson. Oxford has it under their own basket. Bolton to inbound. Into Kidd. She fires up the 3. No good. Smith with a rebound. Back to Bolton. Jumper. Good.
That's a big play there for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Get the offensive rebound, get it back out to your shooter, and Bolton knocks it down.
Dudley to Johnson. Errant pass goes out of bounds back towards the Yellow Jackets.
They're looking for Jackson in the post. Johnson throws it just a little bit too high. Great post positioning there defensively for Oxford.
Full court press from Anniston. And there's a travel against Kidd.
Speaking with Oxford head coach Melissa Bennett before the game, one of the things she talked about was when Anniston goes to that press, can we stay calm in the press and not have turnovers? Exactly what they want to see there. That's one of the things that makes Anniston so great defensively is they give themselves so many possessions because of the turnovers they force with that press.
Dudley, shot up, no good. And a rebound from Clemens. Put back, no good, and Oxford taking it the other way, but throws it out of bounds.
2 times in a row there Oxford can't get it past half court. They played solid defensively there, and you saw a great play by Montega Clemens getting the offensive rebound.
Johnson to inbound for Aniston. Gets it into Dudley. In the corner to Foster. Back to Dudley. She drives in. Pass intercepted by Anna Bolton. And Bolton brings it up for the Yellow Jackets. Britt up top to Jackson. Johnson goes for it, though, so it will stay with the Jackets on their end of the floor. Into Michaela Kidd. Back to Bolton. To Britt. She fires the long three. No good. Rebound in the corner by Smith. To Kidd to Jackson. Jumper from the free throw line. Tipped, and Aniston has it. The long ball. Shot no good from Jackson. Here comes Tramiria Britt. Making a move. Goes up. And an offensive foul called against Tramiria Britt.
First time that didn't work. This time it does for Johnson. And Johnson just gets her feet set, knows the contact is coming from Britt, and gets the charge call.
Oxford with a 2-0 lead. About 5:25 left here in the first quarter. Clemens spots up for the long three. It's good.
She had that thing wide open, almost daring her to shoot, and she knocks it down.
Michaela Kidd works it across to Britt. Spots up for the three. It's off the back of the iron. And it goes out of bounds.
They're just got a little bit of a hurry offensively for the Jackets.
Dudley will walk it up now for the Lady Bulldogs. Back over to Clemens. Inside to Foster. It's tipped away. Kidd gets it for Oxford. She's going to drive all the way in. Pulls it back out to Bolton. Bolton trying to work baseline. Back to Britt. Britt making a move. She drives in. Tries to force it down to Jackson. It'll be knocked out. It'll stay with Oxford.
Britt so far probably has the fastest feet right now of anybody on the court. You mix that in with great vision, things can go well for the Oxford Yellow Jackets as Britt comes out of the game and Akira Robinson comes in.
Bolton into Kidd. Back to Bolton in the corner. She drives, goes up, shot no good. Smith tries to save it, but it'll go back towards Aniston.
What Aniston's done on really the first, let's say, 3 or 4 possessions of this game is put 2 players down in the post. You have Foster 44, Kaya Jackson 32. We're going to see if they can get that going on the inside.
Clemens to Dudley. Back to Clemens, looking to get it inside. Dudley and Johnson toss it back down to Foster. Foster goes up. She's fouled.
At that point, they really making life difficult to get the ball down in the post. And there, they got her on the hand is what they call. And that looks like it's going to be on the girl who just checked into the game, 21, Akira Robinson.
Foster will be at the free throw line with a 3-2 lead when we come back here. It's the Girls Championship from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament, live on TV 24.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
I'll just be a minute.
What you just did with that clutch was so clutch. Just like when you ditched your old credit card and got the America's First credit card with a low interest rate and cash back on purchases.
Calhoun County Championship night. Girls up first here, and Anniston leads it 3-2 as you take a look at Coach Melissa Bennett in her second season as head coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets.
They had a lot of fun, a lot of enthusiasm after their big win over Jacksonville. Really on the girls' side, one of the only quote-unquote upsets faced by seeding.
Tiana Foster misses the first free throw. She'll have one more up ahead. And the second's good. 4-2 lead for Anniston. Still in the full court press. Oxford looking to break it. Bolton to Robinson. She pulls up, gets it back to Bolton. Up top to Kidd. Over to Bolton. Oxford really patient with the basketball. And it paid off for him Saturday night against Jacksonville. Robinson, she's going to travel.
Feet just moved before the ball did. So Jackson there saw the lane wide open. She had a good shot at the easy basket, but you made a good point about the slower pace for the Oxford Yellow Jackets in their half-court set as they're going to get Bolton there with a foul.
That will be her first foul. Team's third. As Dudley takes the inbound. Into Foster. Back to Alacia Dudley. Her three off the mark. Foster underneath the rebound of the putback. No good. As Montgomery goes up. She's fouled. We'll go to the line for two now.
Montgomery and Dudley really played key roles in their win over Piedmont the other day. Both came off the bench. And Montgomery is such a great defender and then great on the rebounds. Had a couple of points as well. She knocks down her first free throw. But what both of them provided, Alacia Dudley at number 3 and Kiana Montgomery, number 33, was really provide the spark that turned a 10-point game. And really, it was a 3-point game midway through the third quarter into the blowout that it was with the Piedmont Bulldogs.
And Robinson is going to travel this time. Has two back-to-back travel calls on Oxford where they're not be able to produce any points.
Absolutely, and 4 turnovers really that have been killer as Britt comes back into the game. Just a little bit tough early going, probably some nerves setting in as in this championship format.
Foster drives in this time. She goes up, her shot good.
The Oxford Yellow Jackets wanting a foul there as Foster with the nice post move for the points.
Bolton pulls it back out to the corner, and that'll be another turnover with a backcourt violation.
The Oxford defense, the Anniston defense just makes things a little bit difficult. And there you're seeing some errant passes, some travels, and I thought we would see this coming. Just a timeout from Oxford just to get everybody settled down there. As Coach Bennett calls a timeout, a 30-second timeout. And I think more so than any scheme or any strategy, this is just to get the blood down, just to make sure that everybody gets back onto the same page. See intense coaching there from Anniston head coach Eddie Bullock. Eddie going to his bench early. You see a good shot of 3 Dudley and 33 Kiana Montgomery. Bullock, I think, is in his 10th season as the girls head coach. A lot of county championships and a lot of trips to Birmingham. as the regional champions out of the Northeast, either in Class 5A or Class 4A. They've had success in both classifications. Had a long, long run of success, still looking for that first state championship. They've been knocking on the door several times.
Yep.
They've been within a possession or two of winning a state championship, and you have to figure one's coming pretty soon.
Inside to Foster, back to Clemens. She's going to drive in this time. Goes up, nothing. And there will be a foul called against the Lady Bulldogs. That will be against Alicia Dudley.
That's right. Just kind of came over the back there on Anna Bolton. That was the easy call there for the officials.
Oxford back trying to break the press. Smith and Kidd in the backcourt. Cross to Britt. She loses it. And Aniston gets it. Dudley loses it this time. Jackson drives in for Oxford. Gets her shot sent back by Aniston. Then a quick foul called against Oxford.
Just once again, Kiana Montgomery has been so impressive defensively. Take a look at this block right here. Just nobody just gets all ball. She's so athletic, comes off the bench, and for all of her prowess defensively, she's not some offensive liability. She scores as well. So this is just providing a great spark. And there you see a continuation of what we saw on Saturday with great defense from number 33, Kiana Montgomery.
Dudley inside to Foster. Back to Alicia Dudley. Foster jumper from the free throw line is good.
That was a little difficult, but she was really shooting that shot on the way back down. Didn't shoot it at the height of her jump shot, but either way it goes.
10-2 lead for Aniston. It's been about 6 minutes since Oxford has scored. Britt in the corner, inside to Robinson. Back to Bolton. Shot up from Britt, no good. As Montgomery's there for the rebound. Alicia Dudley on the other end. Her three-pointer off the mark. Jackson gets the rebound, loses it. Clemens, though, rebound, put back good.
This is a nightmare situation for Oxford. Only getting one shot at the basket on their offensive trips, and then watching Aniston collect offensive rebounds. They've got a jump ball here. Some substitutes will come into the game. Jordan Johnson, one of the starters for Aniston, coming back, and see some new faces for Oxford. It's like 23, Marie Lindsay.
And Kaylin Hendricks in for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
But one of the things that Oxford could not do was only get one shot on their offensive possessions. They had to get offensive rebounds on those misses.
Britt, three on the way, no good. Kidd gets it back. She goes back up, and she's fouled and go to the line for two.
Yeah, the first time Kiana Montgomery got the block there. The second time, good job on the offensive rebound. And then Michaela Kidd giving Oxford a chance to get some more points here before the end of the first quarter.
Michaela Kidd's first trip to the line today. And the first one's good.
Oxford's only other field goal came on the Anna Bolton jump shot, and that was off of a missed initial shot that she got the offensive rebound for. They need to string a lot more of those together.
Second is no good, but Oxford will keep the basketball. Robinson to inbound. Into Hendricks. Her shot up off the glass and in.
That's just a good play, really, by both players. Robinson finding Hendricks late in the shot on the clock count, and Hendricks knocking down that bank shot.
Amaria Dudley up top, into Foster. Foster drives in this time and lays it open in.
Showing really strong athleticism right there. Foster puts the ball on the floor and gets the points.
Alicia Dudley with the steal. Her shot no good, and off the other way we go with Oxford. Britt drives. Shot up no good. Rebounded by Montgomery, but Michaela Kidd gets it back. And a shot block gives Alicia Dudley down to Foster. Foster goes up, count the bucket. She'll go to the line for one more.
That's a 2-on-3 situation. Oxford had exactly what they wanted down there with three defenders. And Dudley finds Foster. Foster knows the contact is coming. Gets the basket to drop there. Just a really good play there by the junior, Tanaya Foster. Had a monster game on Saturday and already with a big game here with 9 points.
Free throw no good. And that will end the first quarter. Anniston Lady Bulldogs have jumped out big, 16-5 over the Oxford Yellow Jackets, thanks to that young lady right there, Tiana Foster. She's been on fire here in the first quarter. We'll be back with the second quarter. Oxford Anniston, the Calhoun County Girls Championship.
I got back my smack talk touchdown, hole-in-one, 3-point home run, hat trick, pavement pounding, record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up, and I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
About to begin quarter number 2 in the Calhoun County Girls Championship game between Anniston and Oxford. Gerhard Mathangani, Chase Robinson courtside with you as we begin the quarter. And the Lady Bulldogs on offense into Foster. She had 9 points there in the first quarter. She passes back out to Amoria Dudley. Her jump shot is up and no good. And Justice Smith gets the rebound and kicks it out to Michaela Kidd. Kidd to Britt. Britt drives, goes up, nothing. And rebounded there by Jordan Johnson. Dudley down to Foster. She catches it on the run, but Smith sends it back down and it was out of bounds off Oxford.
I thought going into this game, that will be the fun matchup to watch. Justice Smith, who won our player of the game on Saturday against Jacksonville, against Tanaya Foster. So far on the scoreboard, it is all Foster.
Alicia Dudley's three, no good. Michaela Kidd gets the rebound. To Britt. Inside to Hendricks, shot up. It goes above the backboard, comes back down. Oxford will get it back. Britt fires up the three this time. It's off the back of the iron. Hendricks with a rebound, and she puts it off the glass and in.
Second time in a row, Hendricks' shot, it goes off the glass and in. She has 2 field goals on the day, both kind of in the same manner.
Johnson inside. Down to Foster. She'll lay it up and in. 11 points on the day.
And that's great vision. I know Foster finished with the points, but give a lot of credit there to the pass. An incredible pass. Foster wide open and knocks it down.
Britt to Kidd. Over to Robinson. Inside to Smith. Back to Kidd. She's going to drive in. She'll pull up short, and Anniston gets it back.
They're so tall down there, and Foster just sticks those hands up and blocks it.
Dudley to Foster, out of bounds off Oxford, as it will stay with the Lady Bulldogs. That's a second block that Smith has gotten on Foster.
This will be fun to see if they go back to the man-to-man defense and to see if we just have just a straight-up down-low post battle between Justice Smith and Diana Foster. Foster gets a well-deserved breather. Already 11 points on the game.
Jackson to Dudley. 3 on the way, hits nothing. Oxford takes it. Britt drives in, goes up, nothing. Ashley Jackson with a rebound. The putback falls.
We're seeing just how important offensive rebounds are. Actually, I think all of the points. Yeah, so far, every field goal that Oxford's made so far has been on the second chance. Getting the offensive rebound and getting yourself in a position.
Clemens 3, no good. And Tremeria Britt takes it up court for Oxford. Drive, shot up, good.
I don't know how many bank shots that is so far, but I know Hendricks has 2 of them herself. And there's another one, so glass is open Monday night.
Clemens back to Dudley, across to Alicia Dudley inside. Dudley down to Clemens, shot up good.
Just not giving up on the play was Oxford, or was Aniston, after the block by Smith.
Robinson dribbles out. They'll say it was off of Aniston. As Bird will check into the game for Oxford. To Britt. To Bolton. And Britt puts up a shot. It's good. Right inside the three-point line, so Tremeria Britt with a 2-point bucket.
They really needed that right there. And Britt's finding a little groove. No points in that first quarter, already 4 so far.
Montgomery's shot, no good. Off the other way we go. Britt pulls up, spots up for the 3, good.
A little heat check action right there, just no hesitation. Lines up and pulls that 3-pointer. It was 16-5 going into that first quarter, but a big run here by Oxford cuts it to a 4-point game.
Lady Bulldogs up by 4, looking for a basket. Shot up from Montgomery's good.
We have talked so much about the defense that she brings, but she's a really strong offensive player, Kiana Montgomery.
Jackson, jumper, no good. Montgomery pulls down the rebound. Down low, a travel's going to be called before the shot's off against Jackson.
He's in that situation where you think you have a good 1 step before you get to the basket, but a dribble there would have helped out. She goes to the bench, as well as Jackson or Clemens.
A 6-point lead for the Aniston Lady Bulldogs, 22-16. We'll be back with more of the girls' championship in the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
It's time to get after it. So turn it on, crank it up, and let's get after it together. America's first small business services.
For great food and great service and a great atmosphere, come and see us at Top of the River in Aniston. At Top of the River, all of our products are prepared fresh daily with our own special recipes, including our farm-raised, grain-fed catfish. Large groups and private groups from 50 to 250 are welcome, and reservations are accepted 7 days a week. And ask about our full on-site catering, family owned and operated since 1982, and always kid-friendly. Top of the River in Aniston.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement. With physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
We got the girls' championship game here from Pete Matthews Coliseum in the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. 22-16, Aniston leads. Went from a 16-5 game. Now we sit at a 6-point lead for the Aniston Lady Bulldogs. Oxford in control of it here. Tremeria Britt. Over to Bird, inside to Hendricks. She pulls it out. Thinks about a shot, but gets it back to Bird. Bird drives, jumper up, no good. And Foster gets it for the Lady Bulldogs. Alicia Dudley drives, floater, no good.
Dudley's really struggling to find her shot. She's had a fantastic tournament so far, the quarterfinal round and the semifinal. As we get a charge here, it's the second time this game Jordan Johnson has pulled that exact move and got the charge. But Dudley's shot is going to struggle all game after a great quarterfinal and a semifinal where she knocked down a combined 11 3-point shots.
Johnson to inbound for Aniston. into Amaria Dudley. And she'll jog it up the floor for Aniston. Dudley to Johnson. Up top. This ball goes out. It will stay with Aniston as Anna Garrett will be inbounding for the Lady Bulldogs. Dudley back to Garrett. Inside to Clemens. She goes baseline, nothing. Foster's there to lay it back up and in.
This is what Aniston just does so well. Is that any missed shot, they're always in the vicinity. And there's so many times Foster has done exactly that thing. Just put up the second chance points.
Hendricks pulls up from the free throw line. It's no good. Oxford trying to keep it in bounds, but they are not able to. Robinson will check back in for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Dudley heading up the offense for the Lady Bulldogs. She has been all evening long. Foster underneath. Shot no good. Michaela Kidd gets it. She takes off the other way. She's going to drive to the hole. Shot no good. There'll be a foul on the floor.
Yeah, that was the easy call there. Dudley just with a stride for stride, then put the body in really for the last 2 steps of that drive. So it's not on the shot. It's a little bit well before the shot.
Harmon into Hendricks. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound and the putback, no good from Lindsay. And Clemens is going to drive in for the Lady Bulldogs. Shot no good, foul called. That will be against Oxford.
It's a nice move there by Clemens just to get to the basket. Watch this move right here, and he gets fouled on the way up.
Maria Lindsay will pick up that foul. Aniston looking to extend their 24-16 lead. With a minute 48 left here in the first half. First one's no good. Bolton and Britt check back into the game for Oxford.
Justice Smith also back into the game, so we'll once again see Smith and Foster tango.
Second, no good. Jackson with a rebound for the Yellow Jackets. Britt to Bolton. 3, good.
She got the game started for the Jackets, hit the first points of the game, and then there comes up big with that 3-point shot.
Back to a 5-point lead for Aniston. Johnson drives, goes up, shot falls. Her first points of the game. Kidd back to Jackson to Bolton. Michaela Kidd with a 3, and it's good.
3 3-pointers so far for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Scored just 5 points in that first quarter. And so far, here well outdoing themselves. As it looks like we looked like everybody thought it was going to be a timeout, but I guess officials said that it was not a timeout call.
Aniston will have it. Minute to go here in the first half, and a 4-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Clemens in the corner, loses it. Britt takes it across for the Jackets. Pulls up to Smith. Shot up, no good. Dudley to Foster. Kidd goes for the pick, and they'll give it to Oxford.
That's great backside defense from Michaela Kidd. Never gave up on it. Foster looked to be well on her way to another basket. And Kidd comes from behind, doesn't foul. The ball goes off Foster, and Oxford will get it back. A 17-point quarter so far for Oxford after scoring just 5 in the first quarter.
Bolton to Britt. 25 ticks left in the half. To Bolton. She drives, shot up, off the glass and in. Cuts it to a 2-point game. Johnson to Alicia Dudley, she's going to pull it out for the final shot. Inside to Johnson to Foster. Shot is no good, so it'll stay a 2-point game at the half. The Lady Yellow Jackets have fought their way back in and cut it to 2. What an exciting second quarter we saw. And John Holder is going to catch up with Coach Melissa Bennett. Let's go down to John.
Okay, we're here with Oxford head coach Melissa Bennett. Coach, your team down early, down by double figures in this quarter, but then you bring it all the way back to 2.
Yes, sir. Well, we told them, like, they didn't do anything. We did it. We had double dribbles. We threw an outlet straight out of bounds, backcourt. They weren't doing it. We were doing it. So we just had to settle down. Our nerves definitely got us in the first quarter.
Well, you definitely ended the half with all the momentum. So what's your message to the team at halftime?
Keep it up. This is going to be a dogfight. We said, this game is no different. It's 32 minutes. We got 16 more to go, and it's going to be a fight. You got to rebound. You got to rebound, and we got to take care of the ball.
Good luck in the second half. Thank you. Melissa Bennett, head coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets, down by 2 here at the half.
Thank you, John. And we will be back for the F&M Bank half-court shootout in 1 minute as Anniston leads it by 2 here in the girls' championship game from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Lancaster Auto Sales is celebrating their 20-year anniversary and says thank you, Northeast Alabama, for 20 years of great customers and community support. Over the past 20 years, Lancaster Auto Sales has established itself as one of the premier used vehicle dealers in the area. They take pride in doing business the right way and in taking care of their customers before and after the sale. Lancaster Auto Sales has a large selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. When you get ready to buy your next vehicle, stop by in person or visit the website at lancasterAutoSales.com.
It's the Calhoun County Championship game for the girls. Gerhard Mathiani, Chase Robinson courtside here with you as we're getting ready for the F&M Bank half-court shootout. And Saturday night, we had participants from each team takes place in a three-point shootout. Simeon Shadricks won that with 16 three-pointers. Now he has a chance at $10,000 here with a half-court shootout. Here we go. So close.
Oh, he hit the front and then the back part of the iron there. Everybody in the gym was watching, waiting for that one. You can't ask for a much better shot right there. Simeon Shadricks did a great job. It's about all you can ask for. It's a $10,000 prize on the line. And I see John there with Chris Latta from F&M Bank. I think we'll get a word in with him and maybe our contestant, Simeon Shadricks, as well. 16 three-pointers he knocked down the other day, and there they are together. Let's go down to John.
All right, we're here with Simeon Shadricks. Also, we have Chris Latta from F&M Bank. First, let's begin with you. The big thing is you almost hit this thing. You've been practicing for this?
Yeah, Coach Van actually let me practice a little bit after practice and stuff, so I've been trying. But it was on target. I just didn't knock it down.
Well, the big story is, though, you're basically the Calhoun County three-point shooting champion here Saturday night in the semifinals. You hit 16 threes. Is that right, in 1 minute?
Yes, sir.
What's the key to good three-point shooting?
Just a lot of practice, a lot of reps, and just getting the fundamentals down and just repping it out.
Well, congratulations. He is the 2017-2018 Calhoun County three-point shooting champion. And we got a little surprise for you here. Chastity Goodwin joins us also from F&M Bank. And Chris, tell us what's going on with this check right here.
Still, since you did win the three-point contest, we're still giving you a $500 scholarship. Not the $10,000, but we're giving you a $500 scholarship for doing good on Saturday night. And sorry you missed it, but hey, good shot. You almost had it, man.
And you're also going to have the girls. We got a girls three-point shooting champion coming up in the next game, right? Yep. It was it. Okay. All right, my mistake there. But Simeon was a great job tonight. Everybody held their breath in here because it looked like he was going to hit that. So $500. Simeon, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Simeon Shadrich, Chris Latta, Chastity Goodwin from F&M Bank, and our three-point shooting contest, a half-court shot for $10,000. Congratulations on a great job both Saturday night and tonight, guys.
Thanks, John. And, hey, good shot there from Simeon Shadrich. So that's as close as you can get right there.
Yeah, take another look right here. The ball's right on line, right off the back part of the rim, the front part of the rim, just a little bit too much. And Simeon said it. He'd been practicing the shot. Yeah. And he didn't take much of a running jump. It was basically just the one step and got it out there. He's, of course, an excellent three-point shooter. We saw that in the three-point shootout. Then we saw it a little bit later in the game as well. The Oxford Yellow Jackets in their semifinal game, which they won. And then he'll have another chance to win a county championship coming up later tonight against the Sacred Heart boys. A great shot there. And $500 goes to Shadrich's way.
And what a game we got going here. The Anniston Lady Bulldogs lead it by 2 here at halftime. We'll be back with more from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament Championship coming up next.
It's time to get after it. So turn it on, crank it up, and let's get after it together. America's first small business services.
For great food and great service and a great atmosphere, come and see us at Top of the River in Anniston. At Top of the River, all of our products are prepared fresh daily with our own special recipes, including our farm-raised, grain-fed catfish. Large groups and private groups from 50 to 250 are welcome, and reservations are accepted 7 days a week. And ask about our full on-site catering. Family owned and operated since 1982 and always kid-friendly. Top of the River in Anniston.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement. With physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
Lynn Costner Auto Sales is celebrating their 20-year anniversary and says thank you, Northeast Alabama, for 20 years of great customers and community support. Over the past 20 years, Lynn Costner Auto Sales has established itself as one of the premier used vehicle dealers in the area. They take pride in doing business the right way and in taking care of their customers before and after the sale. Lynn Costner Auto Sales has a large selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. When you get ready to buy your next vehicle, stop by in person or visit the website at lyncostnerautosales.com.
It's time to get after it. So turn it on, crank it up, and let's get after it together. America's first small business services.
Back here at the Calhoun County Girls Championship game, Anniston and Oxford doing battle here. A 2-point lead for Oxford, 26-24. And let's go down courtside with John Holder.
We are here with Oxford High School Athletic Director, Coach Larry Davidson. And Coach, Oxford is the host this year, not only for this event, but all of the county tournament and all sports across the county this year. But this is the biggest one, the most high-profile one, and you've had some challenges this week, right?
We have, but first thing I want to say, it's great for Oxford to be back-to-back the girls' championship, boys' championship. It took a lot of work to do this tournament with all the weather deal. Never in the history, John, as long as I've been around, have we lost 3 days of tournament play. But the coaches and the principals of the schools have been great. We want to play this thing at JSU. We got back on track by playing at 2 venues, so it's just been great. A credit to the coaches and the principals here to get this thing on.
This is a big undertaking. This thing is more than a week. This is about 8 or 9, and this year stretched into about 10 days worth, so it's a big undertaking, right?
It is, but we love it. It's a labor of love. You know, I've been around a long time, and you know, I'm going to be here anyway, so if we're going to host it, it's great. But, yeah, we do volleyball, cross-country, track, softball, baseball, all the county events is our year to host. Next year, we're passing it on to Piedmont. Ohatchee did a great job with it last year, and I'm sure Piedmont will do the same next year.
All right, Coach, you got work to do right now. You're about to run and do some more work right now, right? Thank you.
John. Appreciate TV24 doing this event live for us. Thank
you, Coach Larry Davison, AD at Oxford High School, the host this year of all the county tournaments here in Calhoun County.
Thank you, John. And Oxford just down by 2 here at the half. And Gerhard, first quarter all in favor of the Lady Bulldogs, but Oxford fought their way back in here.
Absolutely. It was 16-5 going into that second quarter. And then Oxford outscored Anniston 19-10. Scored 19 points, which is almost triple from their first quarter production. So can't ask for much better for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Find themselves down just by 2 as we start this third quarter.
It's going to be a fun second half as the Lady Jackets start off on offense. Michaela Kidd doing work, gets it to Smith. Jumper up, no good. And Clemens gets the rebound. Clemens to Johnson. And stolen away by Bolton. Anna Bolton on the other end gets her pocket picked. It'll stay with the Oxford Yellow Jackets.
Great anticipation there by Anna Bolton on the defensive side. And then good catch-up speed there by Anniston. Put the ball out of bounds and set up the half court here for the Jackets.
Kidd takes the inbound. To Jackson. Up top to Britt. Britt and Jackson toss it up top into the corner this time. Down low to Smith, but stolen away by Jackson. She gets it to Clemens. Clemens drives, goes up, and there will be a jump ball call, and it's going to stay with Anniston.
Yeah, it's a good job there by the Anniston defender getting her hand in there. Britt goes up with the ball, but watch this. Clemens goes up with it. Good job by the Anniston defense to stick their hand in there, get the jump ball call.
Johnson gets it in. It's tipped out by Bolton. It's going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs.
We'll see which team comes out and plays the kind of style they want to play. We're seeing really kind of a slower pace from Oxford on offense.
Johnson gets it into Clemens. Back to Johnson. Jumper up, no good. Michaela Kidd gets it for Oxford. Kidd drives back to Britt. To Bolton. To Jackson. Back to Britt. To Kidd, to Bolton in the corner. 3 on the way, good, and Oxford takes the lead.
They found the mismatch there. Foster couldn't come out and guard it enough, and there she knocks down the 3-point shot.
And Anniston's going to turn the ball over on an errant pass. That'll give the Lady Yellow Jackets the ball back.
Anna Bolton becomes the first Oxford player to go into double digits. She now has 10 points on the game. She was the one who started off the Oxford run with the first 2 points of the game to put Oxford up by 2 early on. This is Oxford's first lead since that point. And Bolton does both of them.
Kidd back to Bolton. Bolton drives this time, gets it to Smith, back to Britt. Britt takes a step out. To Jackson, to Bolton. Spots up for the 3. This time no good. And Amaria Dudley with the rebound. Kidd all over Dudley, and she gets the steal. Dudley to Britt. Back to Kidd. And a foul called. Michaela Kidd will go to the line for 2.
That's good catch-up defense there by Anniston as Alasha Dudley. She had a great offensive surge going forth, but here comes up with the block, gets the body as well as the Oxford Yellow Jackets extend their lead with another 3-point shot.
That foul was on the floor. Bolton took the inbound and put it in the bucket for 3. A 4-point lead now for Oxford. Dudley into Foster, back outside to Clemens. She drains a 3.
That's a much-needed basket there by Anniston, and we'll have a first timeout here. This is timeout called, looks like by the Anniston Bulldogs after knocking down a 3-pointer. We'll take another look at the Oxford 3-pointer. Both of them by Anna Bolton so far. One from one wing and That one from the other. 13 points overall for Anna Bolton. Now take a look at Anderson's three-point shot. Their only point so far of the quarter. But ever since it was 16-5, the end of the first quarter, Oxford has done a fantastic job. Have a 1-point lead once again, and we thought this one could come unraveled after that first quarter, but give a lot of credit to the Oxford Yellow Jackets. They've hung in there, and Anderson's made some timely baskets as well.
Justice Smith will inbound for Oxford. Into Robinson. She'll work it across this Aniston press to Bolton. Bolton in the corner. Back to Britt. Britt spots up. Intercepted by Jackson. She takes off the other way for Aniston, and she'll lay it up and in, and the Lady Bulldogs take the lead back.
That was great anticipation there by Jackson. Just gave just enough to deceive the Oxford pass, and comes up with the turnover and the points on the other end.
Michaela Kidd will check back into the ball game. Anna Bolton will go take a breather, as well as Kaylin Hendricks. Kaylin Hendricks will check into the game for Oxford for Ashley Jackson. Robinson takes the inbound. He gets her pocket pick that time. Ball loose. Who's going to have it? What an odd sequence there. Bodies on the floor, ball rolling, and Tramiria Britt gets it, and she drives in for Oxford. Down to Smith. Foul whistled. Justice Smith is going to go to the line for two.
Yeah, just an really odd sequence there for both squads. It started with the steal, and nobody could really corral it. Felt like for about 12 seconds there was really no control of the ball whatsoever by either team, but Oxford comes back, and the dish out to Justice, who was our America's First Player of the game on Saturday night, knocks down the free throw here. Hard to believe she had a great game Saturday. That's her first points of the day so far for the Jackets.
She'll have one more free throw up ahead, and that tied it at 31. Oxford takes the lead back. 32-31. Dudley down to Foster, and she puts it in the bucket.
Foster had such a great first half. Here continues it. 15 points on the game so far today.
Justice Smith's layup no good. Jump ball will be called, and it will be Oxford's. .404 left here in this third quarter. Aniston with a 1-point lead. Kidd to inbound. Into Hendricks. Back to Britt. Britt makes a move. Down to Smith. It goes out. It'll be Aniston's ball.
Britt showing just tremendous athleticism. And she's got great vision as well. So when she goes through that spin move, she keeps her eyes up and finds the open player. That time, unfortunate turnover for the Jackets as Aniston looks to stretch their lead.
Montgomery to Dudley, three, no good. And there will be a jump ball, and it will be Aniston's ball.
At every part of the rim except the bottom of it. Dudley's three-pointer no good.
Aniston leads by one, 33-32 here in the girls' championship of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. We'll be back with more live on TV 24.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
I'll just be a minute.
What you just did with that clutch was so clutch. Just like when you ditched your old credit card and got the America's First credit card with a low interest rate and cash back on purchases.
There you see Oxford coach Melissa Bennett. Her team has fought their way back into this one, down by 1, 3:38 left in the third quarter. Gerhard Mathangani, Chase Robinson courtside here with you in the Calhoun County Girls Championship. Lady Bulldogs with the basketball as Foster puts it up, and her shot no good. And there will be a foul called. And it will be against Oxford, and that will be against Justice Smith. Alicia Dudley to inbound. Gets it into Foster to Amaria Dudley. In the corner to Alicia Dudley. Up to Johnson. Johnson to Foster. And she's going to travel.
Just unfortunate there for Aniston. As soon as Foster got the basketball, those 3 girls collapsed right on her. Feet moved before the ball does, and gets a turnover as Oxford looks to take the lead once again.
Kayla Kidd gets it across half court. Takes it to the corner, gets it back out to Britt. Britt to Kidd. Kayla Kidd drives, throws one up, no good. Johnson with a rebound. The long ball to Alicia Dudley. And Robinson's going to knock it out, so it'll stay with Aniston.
Good catch-up defense there by Robinson. It looked like Dudley had the step on her.
Alicia Dudley to inbound for Aniston. Gets it into Amaria Dudley. Back to Alicia. Shot up and good. Right inside the three-point lines, and that is a 2 for Dudley, her first points of the game.
Yeah, after just a really, really big semifinal game. Struggled really to find her shot today, and that might work wonders for the Lady Bulldogs.
Britt puts up a shot. It's no good. Down by 3. Aniston in control now with that 35-32 lead. Amaria Dudley. Into Foster. Back to Alicia Dudley. Foster to Johnson. She runs into traffic. Britt gets it. She loses it. Dudley gets it back for the Bulldogs. Down to a wide open Foster underneath.
Good pump fake there by Foster, and Foster now with 19 points on the game. Excuse me, 17 points on the game. 4 points here in the second quarter.
Kidd being guarded closely by Jordan Johnson. Ball on the floor. And there is a foul called. There get Alicia Dudley with that foul. So Oxford will get it back. Anna Bolton to inbound right in front of us. Aniston up 37-32 here. Minute 30 left in the third quarter. Bolton to inbound into Kidd. Kidd drives, shot up, good.
Good play coming out of the inbounds, and Kidd knocks down the wide open jump shot. Back to a one possession game.
And a steal for Oxford. Michaela Kidd gets it across. She drives in. Down to Jackson. Her shot blocked. Just going to stay with the Yellow Jackets.
Once again, it's Kiana Montgomery. We talked about just how strong defensively she is and the presence that she brings down low.
So a minute left here in the third quarter. Hayla Harmon to inbound. Gets it into Robinson. Jumper up. No good. Ball goes out, and it'll stay with Oxford. Harmon to inbound. Into Jackson, but stolen away by Montgomery. She'll get it to Amoria Dudley to get it across. Dudley to Clemens. Back to Dudley. She drives, goes up. Shot is no good. And Harmon to Smith to Bolton. Bolton gets it across. In the corner to Robinson, and she will travel.
Second time that has happened right there, where the feet just move a little bit faster than the ball, and she has a wide open avenue to the lane as substitutions come in for both squads. First action of the night for Ariana Colley. For the Lady Bulldogs, Kiana Montgomery comes out. And then 3 new places in for the Oxford Yellow Jackets.
30 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Aniston up by 3. Maria Dudley. Near the timeline, over to Alicia Dudley. And they're going to hold out for the last shot. In the corner to Colley. Back to Dudley. 7 seconds left. To Clemens. 4. They're not going to let him get a shot off. Oxford gets it as time expires in the third. Aniston Lady Bulldogs with a 3-point lead at the end of the third quarter. 37-34. It's going to be an exciting fourth quarter, so hang out with us. It's the Calhoun County Girls Championship game from Pete Matthews Coliseum live on TV 24.
I got back my smack talk touchdown hole-in-one 3-point home run, hat trick pavement pounding record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up, and I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back here at the Calhoun County Girls Championship game here live on TV 24. Our coverage is brought to you by RMC Orthopedic and Joint Center. As we begin the fourth quarter, Gerhard Mathigani, Chase Robinson courtside here with you. And Oxford has the basketball down by 3 to begin this final quarter. Robinson into Hendricks. She goes up, no good. The rebound and the putback is good from Amaria Lindsay.
This is exactly what Aniston did in the first half. Turned missed opportunities on first shots into offensive rebounds and points, and now Oxford doing it.
And there'll be a foul whistled against Oxford. And that will be against Hendricks. And that will send Clemens to the line. They'll say that foul was on the floor.
Coach Eddie Bullock is looking for an explanation there. He wants it on the shot. Send it to the free throw line, but officials maintain it was on the floor. They're getting the explanation from the officials that it was on the floor. I don't know if he buys it. I don't think he buys it.
No. Dudley to inbound into Foster. She turns around and picks up 2 points.
Either way, they come away with that possession with 2 points, and that time it is Foster just doing what she's done all game long. 19 points on the night.
So back to a 3-point lead for Aniston. Tramiria Britt drains a 3 in the corner to tie it up for Oxford.
Her second 3-pointer of the game, and that couldn't have come at a better time.
That shot was actually from Jermeria Bird for Oxford, as a foul called on Aniston's end. So Bird got the three to tie it up for Oxford.
Bird's first points of the game tie it up, and really Oxford's getting production from just about everywhere.
Jackson's first free throw, no good.
So far, 8 players have scored for the Oxford Yellow Jackets, led by Anna Bolton's 13.
One more shot from Jackson. It's good this time. Aniston takes the lead back.
Keep in mind, on Saturday, Oxford played basically a one-possession game for 90% of the game against Jacksonville, so they were in this situation less than 48 hours ago.
Britt works it against Dudley. Britt drives in, gets it down low. She'll end up with the ball back, and there'll be a foul on the floor.
The pump fake there got Jackson, and they'll either call this, I believe they'll call it on Jackson.
So Oxford with the basketball, down by 1. Bolton in the corner. Down low to Lindsay. Her shot up, no good. And Jackson gets the rebound. Amaria Dudley drives in this time, splits 2 defenders, and she is tripped on the way in. That will be a foul on the floor.
Extended the leg there in that knee area. Stop her up, and that'll be the 4th team foul for the Jackets.
Alicia Dudley into Jackson. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Smith. A little over a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Aniston up by 1. Kidd to Bolton. Bolton drives back to Lindsay. Shot up, no good. Smith gets it. Her putback is no good, and Aniston takes it. Alicia Dudley drives in, gets nothing from that one, and a foul will be called against the Lady Jackets, and Jackson will go back to the free throw line for 2.
These free throws will get bigger and bigger and bigger as this game goes along, as the Oxford Yellow Jackets call a full timeout to talk it over.
1-point lead for Aniston, 40-39. The Oxford student section here in full force tonight, and they'll hang around because the boys will be playing after this one. We want to remind you, our live coverage of the 2018 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament is brought to you by RMC Orthopedic and Joint Center, America's first federal credit union, and by the Calhoun County Commission. We have got a good one here in the girls' championship, and I expect another good one coming up right after this one in the boys' championship, as Oxford will be taking on Sacred Heart.
That should be a really fun one to watch, as those 2 teams met in last year's county championship game, and Oxford came away with the win. This is the 5th year in a row the Cardinals have played in this championship game. They won 2 years ago. They've lost the championship game. Sorry, they won 3 years ago. They've lost the championship game the last 2 years. Last year to Oxford, the year before that to Aniston. So going along with those 3 state championship trophies, they want to make sure they have the county bragging rights as well. That should be a fun one to watch, just as this one has been. And we'll see how it goes in the next 5 minutes and change here.
A little under 6 minutes to go in this game. Aniston with a 1-point lead, and Kaya Jackson at the free throw line, her 2nd trip to the line today for 2. First one's good. One more up ahead. Second, good.
Keep an eye on these free throw stats as this game goes along. There are 2 for 2 right there. She's 3 for 4 in the quarter. The tighter this game gets, the more pivotal these free throw shots are for both squads.
Michaela Kidd working it against Johnson. She gets it across half court. She drives, goes up, shot no good. Rebounded there by Jordan Johnson. Johnson to Alacia Dudley, 3, no good. Smith with the board. Across court to Britt, pulls up, shot up, good. First points for Tremaria Britt here in half number 2. Cuts it back to a 1-point Anniston lead. And Hendricks gets the pick.
That's good post defense right there. Hendricks just steps right out in front of it and gets the turnover.
Kidd's shot deflected there, but Hendricks gets it and lays it right back up for 2. And just like that, Oxford takes a 1-point lead.
Great defense on one end, great offense on the other. Kaylin Hendricks having a great game.
Clemens says, let's get the lead back. She drains a 3.
It's been a back and forth game. This one has been a whole lot of fun. A 4:44 mark. Now I have a timeout here.
So take a look here. Clemens spotting up and drains that one. And trading buckets on both ends.
This one's been a whole lot of fun, and it's been a long time since Anderson's been pushed like this. And the Oxford Yellow Jackets, as we said earlier, they were in a close game, a one-possession game for a large part of it just in their semifinals. So they know how to execute a little bit late in games. Given Anderson's history, they know how to execute late in games as well. This will be a fun finish as the number 1 seed Anderson Lady Bulldogs look for another county championship. And Oxford looking for their first one in a while.
If you're just now joining us, Anniston had a 16-5 lead at the end of the first quarter, and it was a 1-point game at half, or a 2-point game at halftime.
We've come a long way from that 16-5 first quarter. It's been tight ever since.
Britt to Robinson. Inside to Bird, and then to Smith, who puts it up and in.
That's exactly what you want there if you're Oxford. Get the ball in to one of your best players and come away with the points.
Dudley's 3 off the mark, but Anniston keeps it. Inside this time to Montgomery, shot no good. And it's going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs. Alacia Dudley to inbound into Foster up top to Amaria Dudley. In the corner, Alacia Dudley drains a 3.
You just had to figure at some point that shot will fall for her. She's missed a lot of three-pointers. Really, she's missed every three-pointer she's taken. The only jump shot she had was one that was a perimeter 2-pointer. And you knew that shot was going to fall at some point.
Jumper, good. From Tremaria Britt.
She's shown athleticism really all game long.
1-point Anniston lead. Alacia Dudley again drains a 3.
She hit 6 the other day in the quarterfinals, 5 in the semifinals, hit none until the fourth quarter, and now has dropped 2. That's a fantastic job there by the shooter, Alacia Dudley, and now we will get a full timeout here by the Anniston Bulldogs.
51-47. Anniston leads it here. 3:32 left here in this game. There you see Dudley. She has been on fire. Anniston leads at 51-47 in the girls' championship of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Lynn Costner Auto Sales is celebrating their 20-year anniversary and says thank you, Northeast Alabama, for 20 years of great customers and community support. Over the past 20 years, Lynn Costner Auto Sales has established itself as one of the premier used vehicle dealers in the area. They take pride in doing business the right way and in taking care of their customers before and after the sale. Lynn Costner Auto Sales has a large selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. When you get ready to buy your next vehicle, stop by in person or visit their website at lyncostnerautosales.com.
Calhoun County Basketball Tournament Girls Championship, and the Anniston Lady Bulldogs lead this one 51-47, 3:30 left here in the basketball game. It's been an exciting fourth quarter, trading leads on both ends, and Oxford turns it over and puts it in the hands of Alicia Dudley, who has back-to-back threes. Inside, ball loose. Anniston gets it back. Amaria Dudley spots up for the three this time. It's no good. Foster in great position. Gets the rebound. Goes out. And it'll stay with Anniston.
It's a great matchup down low between Tanaya Foster and Justice Smith.
Dudley in the corner to Alicia Dudley. Three. No good this time. The rebound and the putback is no good from Jackson, but she's fouled and will go to the line for two.
Yeah, Jackson's been doing this really all game long, picking up the offensive rebounds and giving them a chance at points here. Offensive rebounding has been so huge. Talked to Coach Bennett and Coach Bullock before the games, and one of the things that Coach Bennett talked about was limiting those multiple possessions by Oxford or by Anniston and collecting offensive rebounds, and that's exactly what Anniston has done so far. As Anna Bolton checks back into the game, she leads the way with 13 points for the Jackets, followed by Tremaria Britt, who's got 11. Really, Bolton's played well all game long. Kids played well in the second half.
53-47, 6-point lead for Anniston, 2:49 left. And Tremaria Britt to Bolton. Bolton inside to Smith. She turns around, goes up, foul called. Justice Smith will return to the free throw line.
Yeah, Jackson is doing a lot of work down low, but that time gets Justice. And Justice goes to the free throw line. Just 4 points on the day for Justice. Here's our America's First player of the game on Saturday. Somewhat quiet today. Offensively, she made her mark defensively as the big free throw goes down there.
Just her second trip to the free throw line today. She hits the first one more up ahead. Second, no good. Alicia Dudley gets it across. It's it to Amaria Dudley. And they'll hold it up top. And Coach Eddie Bullock calls the timeout. Up 53-48. 2:25 left here. We want to remind you that TV24's live coverage of the 2018 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament is brought to you by RMC Orthopedic and Joint Center, also by America's First Federal Credit Union and the Calhoun County Commission. We have had a fun game here with just 2:25 left and a 53-48 lead for Anniston. We got a good game coming up next in the boys championship as the Oxford Yellow Jackets take on the Sacred Heart Cardinals.
Good to see the strong student section here on a school night. The tournament, as Larry Davison told John earlier in the game, that really everybody's worked well to get this thing caught back up after losing 3 days. Went to a split site and then have a championship on Monday night with a 6 and an 8 p.m. start.
Teams coming back out on the floor as it will be Anniston's ball. Johnson into Dudley. She takes it to back court. Gives it to Foster, back to Dudley. Inside and stolen away by Smith. The pitch ahead to Britt. She drives in, nothing, but she gets it back. And she pulls it out. Gets it to Kidd, back to Britt. 3 on the way, short. And Foster gets it. The long ball to Alacia Dudley. Got control of it, and then she's fouled. Count the bucket. Alacia Dudley will go to the free throw line.
Great job there by the young freshman. Alacia Dudley gets hit and then comes away with the 2 points and a shot at a 3. They're just a little bit too late for Kidd, and Kidd contests the shot, gets the hand. But the freshman, Dudley, it took a little while for that shot to go down, but ever since then, she has been great.
Misses the free throw, and Hendricks gets the rebound. And up goes Tremeria Britt. She drives in, and Tremeria Britt will go to the free throw line for 2. They'll get Jackson on that foul. So Britt at the line for 2. First one, good. This is Britt's first trip to the free throw line today. Cuts it into the lead. It's a 6-point game. And one more for Britt. Second, no good. Amaria Dudley slows things up. Gets it across. Britt gets the steal. Takes out the other way. She is fouled. Britt will go back to the free throw line.
Britt's had a strong second half here on defense. Comes away with a steal here and a chance to cut this thing even further.
First one from Britt, good. 5-point game. Jackson checks back into the game for Oxford and for Hendricks. One more. And it's good. 4-point lead for Anniston and the basketball. Jackson drives, goes up, no good. The rebound and the putback is no good. That'll be a foul against Jackson.
Yeah, got a little too aggressive there. Goes over the back of Ashley Jackson. Looks like Jackson will go to the free throw line now, shooting 1-1.
7 fouls apiece for both teams. So we will go to the line for 1-1 on both ends from every foul from here on out.
For Jackson, that is foul number 5, and she is now fouled out. Let's see what Anderson does here moving forward.
Jackson's front end is good. Ashley Jackson checks into the game and picks up a free throw, her 3rd point of the game. She'll have one more. Down to a 3-point lead for Anniston. Second for Jackson. Good.
These free throws are of monster importance, and Oxford so far knocking them down.
Dudley drives in, gets it down low, and a foul called against Jackson.
Jackson believes she had all ball. She can't believe it. We'll see if we take another look at it. 30-second here, timeout by the Oxford Yellows. So we'll see if the point Jackson brings up, and say a little bit of the hand there.
Tapped her on the hand, and Our official got that whistle, so we are at the free throw line for the Bulldogs. 2-point lead, 55-53, minute 15 left. Like we've said, we have come a long way since the first quarter when it was 16-5 Anniston lead. Now it's a 2-point game. Montgomery is at the free throw line. First one, good.
She's complimenting a fine defensive performance with a big free throw there, stretching it out to a 3-point game, now a 2-possession game.
Britt gets it across for Oxford. She drives, goes up. Floater, no good. It did everything but go in. And the Dudleys will have it up top for Anniston. Under a minute to go, foul called. Samaria Britt will pick up her third.
There's a 4-point lead here, and now Oxford going to fouls. This becomes a free throw shooting game. If Anniston can knock down their free throws, they will extend their lead. If not, Oxford has a chance to come back.
1-1 for Alacia Dudley. Front end, no good. Johnson gets it back. She goes up, no good. Bolton to Britt. She spots up for the three, no good. And a foul called. So we'll go back to Anniston's way for the 1-1.
After two big free throws by Montgomery, comes away with a big defensive rebound there. Two players draped all over, comes away with the defensive board and see if she can come down and knock two more.
Montgomery back at the line. 10 fouls whistled against Oxford, so it'll be 2 shots now for the next 40 seconds. Montgomery, third trip to the free throw line. First one is no good. 4 for 5 from the line today, as they have the 4-point lead. Second is good. Bolton to Britt. 38 seconds left. Kidd inside to Jackson. Shot from the free throw line is good. Her 6th point of the day. Dudley to Johnson. And a travel called against Johnson with 18 seconds left.
Really nowhere to go, and that Oxford defense steps up.
And a timeout called by Oxford. Down by 3, 18 seconds left. And Oxford, they got some girls that can shoot the three, Gerhard.
Absolutely. We've seen it so far. Anna Bolton already has 3 three-pointers on the day. She has 13 points. And Britt has a 3-pointer on the day. She leads the Oxford Yellow Jackets with 14. And really the 3-pointers by Anna Bolton were the things that was basically the point that Oxford got back into the ball game. So we'll see if they go to their shooter and Anna Bolton or they go elsewhere. They don't need the 3-pointer, I don't think, right now with 18.3. We'll see what Melissa Bennett draws up there. Keep in mind, after the game,
we'll have the trophy presentation and the presentation of the all-tournament team coming up following this game. And then the boys will tip it off around 8 o'clock. Oxford and Sacred Heart playing for the map of Calhoun County on the boys' side. We have 18 seconds left in this one. The Yellow Jackets will have the ball. Bolton to inbound. Let's see what Coach Bennett has got for her ladies. Bolton into Kidd. 18 seconds left. Britt fires up the three, no good. Foster with the rebound. Foul called, 10 seconds left, and Foster will go to the other end.
Foster has a really good chance to put this thing away because 2 free throws will make it a 5-point game. Britt got a pretty good look there for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. A wide open 3-point shot, just didn't fall.
First free throw from Foster. No good.
Just chance after chance Oxford is getting here.
Second free throw. Good. 4-point Anniston lead and an Oxford timeout. They've got the length of the floor to move with 10 seconds left.
First to 20 points is Tanaya Foster. A 4-point lead with 10 seconds to go. And this has been
Oxford with no timeouts left. Anniston with 1. What a game it has been.
We knew when we put these two teams together, Anniston and Oxford, you will get a whole lot of entertainment, a whole lot of excitement, and then the girls are providing us a great game as well. This has been a fun one to watch as Oxford from Class 6A and Anniston from Class 4A do battle here for the county championship. Keep in mind, like I said, after the game, we'll have the all-tournament team announcement before we tip it off for the guys' game, and we'll find out who gets all the postseason accolades or post-tournament accolades before we set up for the boys' game. John Holder will also have America's first player of the game and the winning coach.
And Coach Eddie Bullock wants a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Bullock, I saw during that timeout, went to the officials and asked how many more timeouts that he had. You mentioned the fact that Oxford had none, but Anniston did have 1. He wanted to come out, see what they were going to set up in, and then call a timeout to find out what they're going to do. So a little bit of gamesmanship and a little bit of strategy there for the Anniston Bulldogs to see if they come out in some of the same thing they were doing or maybe switch things up here.
10.3 seconds on the clock. 4-point lead for Anniston. A lot has to happen for Oxford to get themselves those 4 points.
Absolutely, and we saw a good-looking 3-point opportunity when they were down 3 earlier. Good shot of Coach Melissa Bennett, and I'll tell you what, both these coaches have been really impressive with their girls today. Both have made the adjustments. Oxford got down early. They made the adjustments. Anna Bolton and others came back, made sure it was a close game. Outscored Anniston 19-10 in the second quarter, and pretty much so far since then, it's just been neck and neck with both squads.
Smith to inbound, gets it into Kidd. She takes off the other way, 7 seconds left. Kidd is going to drive in, goes up. Smith with the rebound. She goes up, nothing. Anniston is your 2018 Calhoun County champs on the girls' side of the bracket.
They earned this one, and this one wasn't easy by any means. The Piedmont game in the semifinal, they came back, had a really good run. Here, got up to a big lead early. A fiery comeback by the Oxford Yellow Jackets, but come up just a little bit short. 4 points is the difference. It's 59-55. Anniston comes away with a big win in what has been a really, really fun and entertaining ball game.
And it is the 18th Calhoun County Tournament Championship for the Anniston Lady Bulldogs. 22 appearances, 18 championships. Pretty good statistic there.
Absolutely. They've also won 4 of the last 5 Calhoun County championships as well. You see John Holder kind of right there in the middle, looking to get a hold of Coach Eddie Bullock, and then our America's First Player of the Game, who you'll see in just a bit. And both of those will also be a part of the post-game honors as they set up here all the small trophies and then the big trophy for the Calhoun County Tournament Champions. We'll find out who the all-tournament team is and all of that good stuff coming up here in just moments. Let's see if we can get a hold of John first before we do all that.
And let's go down now courtside with John Holder.
All right, guys, here with the winning coach and the MVP, our America's First Federal Credit Union MVP of the game, Tania Foster. Just a great game tonight. This is a classic high school girls basketball game. Your thoughts on it?
I want to give it to my team for coming out playing hard. We thought about defense first, and we knew we could win it.
Your thoughts about being MVP? Had a big game tonight. You were definitely a force inside, both scoring, rebounding. Made a big free throw there at the end of the game to kind of ice it.
Well, I didn't have no good games the last two, so I said I wanted to win this game, so I had to come out and work hard.
What's it mean to you and your teammates to be county champions back-to-back?
Feel good.
Congratulations. We'll have a $25 Visa gift card that we'll be getting to you. How about that?
Thank you.
Thank you tonight. All right, Coach Eddie Bullock, back-to-back county champions. 9 of the last 12 girls county champions have been Anniston Bulldogs. I think you kind of set Anniston as kind of the standard of girls basketball in this county.
Well, you know, first of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, but, you know, I just give all honor to God, man. We played hard, and, you know, Tania wasn't even supposed to play in the tournament. She had a knee injury about a week ago, and, you know, she prayed about it, and, you know, she got healed, man, and she said she was ready to play, you know. So I just told them, you know, win, lose, or draw, we were going to come out and play hard because everybody get up to play for us, and it was a tough game. You know, Oxford played a great game, great intensity. It was back and forth, and I like those kind of games because they get ready for the regionals.
It was definitely different than last year. Last year, the tournament championship game was kind of over really when it started. This year, going all the way down to the last 10 seconds or so before you could seal it up.
Well, I had a couple of my friends and some fans, you know, I'm kind of like Nick Saban. They set you up for the kill. They feed them that poison and tell them that you're going to win by 20, but you can see tonight a 4-point game. I mean, anybody can be beat on any given night. You just have to play your game, and I'm proud of my girls because they stuck to it. You know, even when we faced adversity, they stuck to it.
It was a classic game, a classic Anniston-Oxford game. I think one of the better girls' championship games we've had in the county in quite some time.
Absolutely. You know, last time we played them 2 years ago, they beat us. We came in a little cocky, and, you know, they gave us what we needed. And, you know, we said that we wasn't going to come in this year and be, you know, overconfident. You know, we was going to play a solid game, and whatever happens, happen. And, you know, I'm just so proud of the girls that they were able to play that hard and able to face that adversity and fight through it.
Coach, congratulations on the county championship once again.
Okay, thank you.
Eddie Bullock, head coach of the Anniston Bulldogs, county champions once again in 2018.
And thank you, John. And they are getting ready for the Calhoun County All-Tournament team. Mr. Heath Harmon and Larry Davidson out on the floor to do that presentation as we join our PA announcer.
Tournament team for 15 players from Calhoun County of tonight's member schools. Starting out from Wellborn, Vanessa Carter. Also from Wellborn, Katessa Carter. From Jacksonville, Cairo Williams. From Piedmont is Sydney Prater. From Alexandria, Bree Bradford. From Oxford, Michaela Kidd. From Weaver, Kaylee Cortez. From Pleasant Valley, McKinley Paris. From Piedmont, Caitlin Ridley. From Anniston, Amoria Dudley. From Jacksonville, Kayla Broom. From Ohatchee, Courtney Schuler. From Oxford, Anna Bolton. From Oxford, Tramiria Britt. And from Piedmont to Kaylee Kirk. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the outstanding offensive player of the 67th Annual Calhoun County Basketball Tournament in the girls division will go to Anniston's Alacia Dudley. The outstanding defensive player will go to Oxford's Justice Smith. And your MVP of the 67th Annual Calhoun County Basketball Tournament in the girls division goes to Anniston's Tanaya Foster. Ladies and gentlemen, the runner-up trophy in the 67th Annual Calhoun County Basketball Tournament goes to the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets. And your 67th Annual Calhoun County Basketball Tournament champions for the girls division, the Anniston Lady Bulldogs. Fans, stick around. We've got boys basketball action coming up next between Oxford and Sacred Heart.
And there you have it, the Anniston Lady Bulldogs with the Calhoun County champions for 2018. And you see Tyna Foster, the MVP, there in that picture. Alicia Dudley, the offensive player of the tournament. What an exciting county championship game for Coach Eddie Bullock and the Anniston Lady Bulldogs. Hard fought game by Oxford. The threes got them back in it, but just not enough.
Absolutely. It was a fun game to watch. Started out 16-5. Oxford fought their way right back in it on the heels of Anna Bolton, Kayla Kidd, and others, and got right back into this game. Samaria Britt was another fantastic piece, but Oxford Anniston just too much, a little bit late. And one of the offensive MVPs, Alicia Dudley, found her groove late. AC knocked down a few three-pointers. 59-55 is your final as Anniston brings back trophy number 4 of 5 years.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
At Family Health and Wellness Center in Oxford, we treat you like family.
Their appointments are always available. I never feel rushed or like I'm bothering them if I call, and Dr. Edmond is just always happy to see every patient.
It ain't like you going to some of these others, you go in there and don't know what doctor you're going to get to see. This is the doctor when you come, this is the man you will see.
I wouldn't go anywhere else. There's nobody else I trust.
Family Health and Wellness Center in Oxford. One visit and you'll know you're a member of the family.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement. With physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
Back here, Calhoun County basketball tournament, and the girls championship is in the book as the Anniston Lady Bulldogs win it 59-55. We'll wrap up this one, and the boys will be coming up next between Oxford and Sacred Heart. Gerhard Mathangani, I'm Chase Robinson, courtside here with you, and Gerhard, what a championship game. 16-5 at the end of the first quarter, Anniston, and ended up being a close game.
Absolutely. 16-5 is where it started, but then it was everything but that after a little bit later. Oxford outscored Anniston 19-10 that second quarter. That's what really propelled this thing to make it the close game that it was. Then it stayed that way the entire time. A couple of individual performances to spotlight. Tanaya Foster, the MVP, with 20 points on the day. Montiga Clemens, 13 points. And then Alicia Dudley, after a slow start, comes up with 10 big points there at the end. She won the offensive MVP honors. For the Oxford Yellow Jackets, the leading scorer was Tremaria Britt, 14 points. A lot of that came in the second half. Anna Bolton really started things off for Oxford, 13 points for her. 5 really key performances. What was a great game between these two squads.
And I think, Gerhard, there's a good chance we may see both of these teams back here in this Coliseum come late February.
That's absolutely right. You don't want to just pencil anything in, but the Anniston Bulldogs are here just about every year, and a lot of times walk out of this building with that regional championship trophy and head to the BJCC. For Oxford, this could be a great stepping stone moving forward. A great win over Jacksonville in the semifinals, and then you play toe-to-toe with a perennial power in Anniston in the championship. This can do only good things for them moving forward. You don't want to look too far. Still got an area tournament, then a sub-regional round before you're back here in mid-February, but two great games in this building by the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets. We'll see if that propels them, and if it does, we know where it started. The genesis of all of that was here in this county tournament.
Anniston girls win it on the girls' side. We got the boys' game coming up. Mickey and John will be with you, but Gerhard, just your thoughts here on this Oxford Sacred Heart boys' game.
This one should be really a whole lot of fun. We talked about how this is the rematch from last year. Sacred Heart, keep this in mind, Sacred Heart has 3 state championships in a row. 2 players that went off to play Division I basketball, but they only have 1 county championship in 4 years in a row they've been. This is year number 5 they've been in that county championship. They might not admit it, but they want this county championship trophy. The smallest school in the county taking on the largest school in the county in Oxford. Oxford won it last year against Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart lost the year before to Anniston. They want this county championship trophy. I think they have all the pieces, led by their star player, and Deontay Wood is going to Alabama to go to play for Coach Avery Johnson. This should be a fun game to go with, to watch. Oxford just shot the lights out in their semifinal game, knocked down a ton of 3-point shots. We'll see if that shooting streak continues in their game against Sacred Heart.
Anything can happen. We saw that last game. Anniston wins the girls' title, and we'll have the boys' championship between Oxford and Sacred Heart. Coming up, Mickey Shattuck's John Holder will be alongside to bring it to you next as our live coverage continues of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament on TV 24.
Don't just dream it. Call Family Savings Credit Union. Right now, get something you want for as low as 2.24% APR. You can even apply online or by phone. Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family.
Water is in a bit of trouble. Suspected of carrying harmful pollutants into community storm drains, stormwater faces a serious problem. When it rains, dirt, motor oil, excess fertilizer, and trash are washed into rivers, lakes, and streams. And a clean raindrop becomes an unwilling accomplice in the problem of water pollution. It's up to each of us to do our part. Visit cleanwatercampaign.com to learn more. Help protect our water.
I got back my smack talk touchdown hole-in-one 3-point home run, hat trick pavement pounding record setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up. And I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow hickory cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu includes a wide selection of popular items such as our smoked chicken sandwich, ribs, salads, and the best chicken fingers in town. And Dad's offers fresh homemade hamburgers and hand-dipped ice cream shakes. Dad's utilizes the latest technology to ensure that your orders are always accurate and hot out of the kitchen. Family owned and operated since 1985, Dad's Barbecue, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.